Hello and welcome to the Dynasty 2, the Colbys Aftershow here on JLJ Media. I'm your host, James Lott Jr. This is the official first episode. We did a preview episode tonight saying what the Aftershow is. But this is the official first episode of the Dynasty 2, the Colbys Aftershow. We're doing it the last week of 2021. I thought I'd end the year on this, and then next year go full steam ahead with episodes. This show will cover, if you've never been to an Aftershow before, know what goes on. We'll cover episodes, we'll cover seasons, we'll cover themes. We will talk about everything from wardrobe to actors to music, which is today's subject. We're going to dissect and discuss all things Dynasty to the Colbys. Now, it was originally called Dynasty to the Colbys, and wisely they dropped it to the Colbys. But I think it's hilarious and I love it, so I'm going to continue calling this show Dynasty to the Colbys. And it was on from 85 to 87. It's 2 seasons officially, but it was like a year and a half or so. Well, there's like a season and a half or whatever, but it's considered 2 seasons. But it's out there. You can get on DVD. They're not showing it anywhere else. But I've been watching them and catching up on stuff. And today we're going to talk about the theme song and the man behind the theme song and who he is, if you didn't know already. Many of you probably know already, but I just start there, and then we're going to keep going, progressing, and hopefully I'll get some of the stars from the show on this after show next year. So keep your fingers crossed. If you know anybody or if you're from the show, contact me. Let me know. One thing in advance, all the Facebook groups that are the Colbys Facebook groups, thank you so much for letting me post this in there. I appreciate that. There's an audio and video version, so if you want to listen while you're on the go to any streaming service that you have. You go Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, look up Dynasty 2, the Colbys After Show, and you'll find it. Otherwise, for the video, JLJ Media on the YouTube. All right, so now a few Colbys were added to one of the last episodes of Dynasty before the Colbys came out. They introduced a few of them there, brought them over as you do for a spinoff. It's a direct spinoff. It's Jason Colby's family they're focusing on. Jeff Colby and Fallon are the conduit that go over there. To get it started. In Los Angeles, not Denver, like the original. So the music has to be, hot. Now, I'm still in the holiday spirit. That's why I'm dressed like this. I'm in the holiday spirit. It's still, right after Christmas. So I may have to dress up if I have to. I have a Dynasty shirt somewhere too. I got to find that. I have to dress up to do this show because it's all about high class. The show is all about high class and also hijinks. Also, it had some fun one of the campiest of all the primetime shows from the 80s. This one was strictly 80s. So this one and Dynasty was strictly all just 80s. So they kept the camp going. But the music was really interesting because the song itself, the theme song and the opening followed the exact same blueprint as Dynasty. Now, I also do the fucking Crest After Show. And so this is funny because I was going to do the theme song for that, but it doesn't make any sense for me to because it's the same guy. I was going to do a crossover thing, but I don't know if the two groups actually watched. I don't think they watched both shows. I'm not sure. So if you do watch my Falcon Crest After Show, which I do, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do one on a theme song. So it's going to focus on this. Because it's the same person. It's Bill Conti. He did Falcon Crest. So he did out of the top 4 of the big 4 of the 80s soap operas. He did 2 themes. He also did Cagney and Lacey. He did so many TV shows, so many movies, and conducted the orchestra for so many series. He has Emmys. He won an Oscar for the Right Stuff musical score. Best known, first thing, Rocky. The themes to Rocky, he wrote all the music for all the Rocky films, but the themes, Gonna Fly Now, which was a huge hit in the 70s, and he got an Oscar nomination for. It just was huge. This guy, he also did James Bond theme I love the James Bond themes. For Your Eyes Only. I love that song. Sheena Easton, For Your Eyes Only. Okay. Love that. But he won Oscars, Emmys. So to me, getting Bill Conti, that was a big deal. This was like a guy who wrote you look at his credits, they go on forever. So here's a highbrow name for Dynasty and for Dynasty 2 to Colbys, in which they need the music to match. So the theme songs kind of set the tone for shows. I don't know if you agree with that, but I kind of do. And Dynasty 2 to Colbys, the opening, so the actual song opens the same as Dynasty, but then it goes into its own beat. It's very, very, very orchestra, big band orchestra, big drums, cymbals, strings. It's very, very, very big and bold, like the show was. The show was about opulence. It was about excess. It was big. The hair was big. So the song actually, to me, matches the series. Because it matches the series perfectly. I have my little notes here. It builds and builds and builds as they're showing the credits. Now, the credits were just like Dynasty's credits. So what it would do is they would have a background, probably something that spoke with their character, and then they would appear in a long strip and do something, pose or whatever. My favorites, I went to my 3 favorites, are Stephanie Beacham Sable, where she's at the fur closet. She turns around with a fur in her hand and just tosses it to whoever's over there. She just turns, she's like, thank you, thanks, bitch. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I love it. I thought it's probably a Sable because her name is Sable. Another one I love is Emma Samms. Ooh, the hair is big too, girl. Go on, Emma. Whereas Waves crashing behind her because, you know, she's a volatile character. Fallon was a volatile character. And she turns, she's looking at these 2 full-length mirrors things, and she turns around. It's like, love it, love it, love it, love it. As the waves crash behind her in the thing behind her. Then the Grand Dame, Barbara Stanwyck, as Constance Colby. At the very end, she just opens the doors to the mansion and just looks in this beautiful dress and the hair just done. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. It was just I do, I love it. Great theme song, set the tone for the show. We will get into it, but Bill Conti, once again, great person to have to do it. I mean, that's a big name. And so I think out of all the soaps, that was the one that had the pedigree to do something like this to match up the show. So it did. So you let me know what you think with the theme song. Did you like the theme song? Did you not care for it? Did you not even think about it? Back then, theme songs for intros were a big deal, especially in soaps, daytime and nighttime soaps. Having a theme, showing the pictures of people, it was great. Now, mine, just want to say on a side note, I'm a huge fan of the Falcon Crest Aftershow. Aftershow, that's what I do. Theme song. I like that one too. To me, it fits that show too. So, yeah, they all do. Dallas does, and Nas Landing, they all fit their thing. So, I mean, I have theme songs I have theme songs for shows that I do. And so I know how important it is to have one of those and set the tone. So I like it. It's good. So that's a little quickie. So I'm James Lott Jr. Of course, you can follow me at James Lott Jr. everywhere. More episodes will come in 2022. Again, it's probably weekly, and we'll be talking about all kinds of stuff from the show. And hopefully I get some guests on here too. Like I said earlier, I'm so excited. So thanks. Please support the show. Please tell people who like soaps or primetime soaps, or even like what do you say, like the Colbys. There's a group out there that likes the Colbys. Pass this on to them. Let them know. Again, we have audio and video versions of the show everywhere. Have a safe new year, and we'll see you in 2022.